Good morning, Madcappers. How are you doing out there this morning? I apologize, it's been a minute or two since I've recorded a video, and I did promise that I was going to do a follow-up to the Carroll County Clerk legal fee issue. They did have a special joint meeting of the Carroll County Council and the commissioners on June 28th to decide once and for all if the county was going to pay for Sharon Milburn's legal fees. And if you're kind of foggy about what happened, go back and watch my original video to review it. But basically, there was issues with a bond payment. Uh, a young man, was arrested, went to jail. His mom bailed him out. He went to court, and after court, he wanted to get his bond money, or his mother's bond money, and Judge Hawkins released, or was sent an order to release the bond money to the person that was arrested, which at that point in time was the Indiana code of how things could be handled on bond money. I think it was originally $500, but then there were fees or something that had to come out of that. And so it ended up being $400. And Sharon, in her role as county clerk, thought the code was, the bond money had to go back to the poster of the bond, in other words, the mother. There was some back and forth about the code changing. I believe this issue about the order being sent to Sharon of the bond money changed from May. Let's see, I think this happened in May, and July 1st, and this would have been of 2022, the code changed, mandating that whoever posted the bond had to get the bond money back. So there was some, sounded like, issues and confusion there. And Sharon, being fearful of not doing her duties according to the Indiana code versus what Judge Hawkins issued the order for, felt like she was in between a rock and a hard place. And I kind of understood that. And then, when it really became apparent that the law was grandfathered, and so the son could have and should have received the $400 back. And in this too, I don't think his mother cared one way or another. She wanted him to have it, evidently. I'm just kind of reading between the lines, because there was never an issue between the mother and the son as far as who was entitled to get that bond money back. So there were some really heated meetings with the council and the commissioners separately, and then the issue just kind of blew up because Sharon procured an attorney to give her counsel on what to do. And she, bottom line, racked up quite an amount of money for legal fees on this. Again, I go over this in previous videos, so to get down to the nitty gritty, just give those videos a refresher look or a new look. But anyway, there was a special session of a joint meeting between the Carroll County Commissioners and the council. I do have the Carroll County comment paper that just kind of recaps what happened in the meeting, and I'm just going to read it. I did try to take some screenshots, but it's so hard really to read. So I'm just going to read it to you, and I hope I don't bore you too much, but it is really kind of interesting. So the headline on the article says, Council pays clerks, attorney fees, and split vote. The Carroll County Council met in an executive session with the commissioners Monday, June 26, beginning at 4 p.m. A public meeting was then scheduled for 4:30 p.m. the same day. The nature of the private meeting was to discuss litigation which may have been threatened against the county. Commissioner's attorney Ted Johnson told the comment the executive session ended at 4:40 p.m. However, the comment reporter was not apprised of this, and while waiting in the rotunda, it was discovered sometime after 5:10 p.m. the door to the meeting room was open. So I'm not really sure exactly what all that means. I know that Debbie Lowe is the reporter on all things Carroll County. Evidently, she was not made aware of it, or maybe she couldn't get into the room. I know I had some questions because I wanted to go to the meeting, and I called one of the council members, and they said the janitor would be there in the courthouse and would let people in if, since the meeting was going to be after 4 o'clock. So council members were in a heated discussion about whether to pay the clerk's attorney $28,000 for his services to address an issue with a Carroll Superior Court order, which, if done, would have meant the clerk would violate Indiana statute. The attorney's initial bill was nearly $40,000, but that was negotiated down to the lower amount. Commissioner Steve Pearson said the council should open up the checkbook and pay the bill. County Council President Tim Radcliffe was heard to say the county should pay the bill. Council attorney Eric Burns, who was on the speaker of a cell phone, also advised the council pay the bill. However, some council members wanted to make Milburn pay some or all of the amount owed to the attorney. Attorney Johnson, which is Ted Johnson, in agreement with Burns, stated that if Milburn was forced to pay, it could be considered a breach of contract between the county. They agreed the attorney would likely sue the county for at least, if not more, than what was owed to him. It was explained the reduction in the amount owed would be considered a change in the settlement offer. Johnson said the attorney found out some council members wanted to make Milburn pay in the matter. That is not the deal, the attorney wrote to Johnson. And now the attorney that they're speaking of is Sharon's attorney. However, council member Josh Plew argued strongly with both Burns and Johnson and stated he had not been given any written evidence. The attorney was upset about the possibility of Milburn being expected to pay at least some of the amount owed. Council members Tracy Martin and Scott Ayers both stated Milburn should receive a penalty. We will pay if we go after Sharon, Plew said. I want some kind of punishment for not following the policy. Martin agreed. Continue to the back page. Sorry for the rattly newspaper. Anyway, Radcliffe said there has to be a penalty for ignoring the policy. It was noted the bill was due to be paid no later than July 1st. So, see, the council and the commissioners were under the gun to make a decision. I mean, they really were. It was, let's see, Plew suggested Milburn pay $500 for actions. He said $500 is nothing. Make her hurt, Ayers said. Each commissioner was asked separately if he was willing to sue Milburn for restitution for all or part of the contracted amount. Each one said that he was not willing. Commissioner Bill Brown stated that it was not up to the council to decide who receives a penalty or not. He said that is the role of the commissioners. Brown said it is up to the council to decide if they are going to pay the bill or not. Burns said commissioners could adopt a policy on the spot stating no department head or elected official could enter into a contract for an amount of money which is not in their budget or in a line item for such an expense. Johnson agreed. That is what the commissioners did. They adopted a policy which they said was effective at 6 p.m. on June 26th, that no legal claims will be approved for payment if the commissioners do not agree to pay a contract for legal services. No elected official or department head can enter into a contract without sufficient money, and those who do will be held liable for the total cost of the contract. So, see, Sharon entered into a contract with her attorney, and while at the time she did it, she had to have the money budgeted somewhere in a line item, which she did not. Enough money to cover the cost of her legal fees, which she didn't have. So, council member Paul Ryder made a motion to pay the $28,000 claim, and Ethan Brown provided the second. Plew objected to the action because he said it was the same motion which was put forth before and it was defeated. Radcliffe, as president, stated he would accept the motion, and the motion passed in a 4-3 vote. Plew, Ayers, and Martin voted against the motion. Ryder, Ethan Brown, Radcliffe, and Lawrence Doc Stauffer voted in favor of the motion. The next county council meeting will be held July 27th at 10 a.m. There was no video recording made of this meeting, so yeah, you can't go to excuse me, you can't go to Deb Lowe's channel and find a recording of this meeting. So that, I guess, is that. Kind of a recap. There were members of the council that would vote to pay the $28,000 to Sharon's attorney if they could seek restitution from Sharon personally. So, I mean, this is a really big hot topic. I mean, and honestly, I think, Sharon working as the clerk, I think maybe got 2 more years to go before election. It would seem to me that the environment would be kind of stressful for her because this has been an issue. She knows that there were council members and maybe some commissioners that were resistant to paying her bill, and the whole, I guess, really outrageous part of this is that it started as a $400 bail bond issue. So it's sad. It's sad to me because where does all this money eventually fall to pay? Well, Carroll County residents. And it's just not this. It's other things. To be quite honest, the county or whoever is their liability insurance company, there was an issue with Mike Thomas, the suit against Carroll County. A settlement was reached, and I'm sure there was a payout there. Several instances of litigation just within the last year and a half. It's over the top, and that's my opinion. I wonder where where they're going to tag Carroll County residents to pay for these litigations. Property taxes, I don't know, you know. But anyway, that is the 9 yards of what happened with that. And I will continue to keep you posted as to anything else that tends to flare up over this matter. Really, it should be, a done deal and dropped. Let's hope so. Anyway, I don't have anything else to share with you. More things coming up I think you'll enjoy. I've been following the Tracy Nix case, and in case you didn't see my prior video about it, she is the Florida grandmother who had 2 grandchildren barely a year apart die in her care. I think it's a good case study for what is going on with grandma. She appears on the surface to be a very nice, well-educated woman. But yeah, her first grandchild, she fell asleep on the couch, and her toddler grandson wandered out and fell in a pond and drowned. And then barely a year later, her baby granddaughter was left in her care, and she went out to have lunch with her friends and took the baby with her. Of course, what she did not do was get the baby out of the car. Okay, so this is Florida. Okay, so we know it's hot, and she left the baby in her car in the garage, and it was 90 whatever plus degrees being in the car, windows closed. She goes inside, plays with her dog, and plays the piano, and then she remembers the baby was out in the car. Of course, the baby died. Tragic, very tragic. But I'm going to really dig into that because it just really fascinates me about what is going on with grandma. So anyway, I will I've got some documents already that I've gotten from the state of Florida on the case, and I wanted to kind of dig into the psychology of this. So I'll keep you posted and be looking for a video about Tracy Nix. Anyway, I love you all. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. What do you think about the issue with the county clerk's legal bill? I'm interested in your opinions. Anyway, see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.